Hello and welcome back. This video is going to be about living as a modern pagan, but while you're still living with your parents. And I'm going to put a disclaimer on the beginning of this video so no one has a problem, and so we're all clear that if you are under the age of 18 and living with your parents, if they have forbid you from doing any sort of religious activity that isn't their own. That goes for whatever religion it is. So say they're Christian and you want to be a pagan, a Wiccan, a whatever, a Buddhist, a Hindu, a Jew, a Muslim, a whatever. Don't do it. Because in the United States, if you are under the age of 18, you are still the legal responsibility of your parents, and they can tell you if you can and cannot do something of that nature. That being said, if you're, right out of college and you move back home with mom and dad and, you're living there and you've found paganism in college and you want to practice or whatever and you move back home, that's for your own discretion because you know your situation. I do not. No one knows your situation but you, so you have to make that choice for yourself. Now, living at home, you probably don't have a whole lot of rules or regulations because your parents probably own their house. So the issue comes with how in or out of the broom closet you are. When I was living at home with my mother and my stepfather, I was fairly out of the closet, and my mom really didn't care too much what my religion was, as long as I, wasn't an atheist or, I didn't believe in God or I was hurting people or whatever. Anything inherently bad or negative or however you want to phrase it. As long as I wasn't doing that, she really didn't care. So it depends on how in or out of the broom closet you are. If you're really, really in the broom closet, you really can't do a whole lot, but if you're fairly out of the broom closet, you have a little bit more leeway and flexibility. Now, I'm going to list a few simple things that you can do while living at home. That doesn't have to be inadvertently, in your face, I'm pagan, this is my religion, and all of that. So you're not just screaming it to your parents and making them feel like you're just doing it to rebel, because they're not inadvertently pagan. They're just things you can do that just so happen to correlate well with a pagan pact. And they're things like lighting candles. Like, you don't have to get the exclusively expensive pagan candles on like websites. You can go to like the Dollar Tree and buy like the dollar pillar candles in like the glass container, and that works perfectly fine. I've used them in several of my rituals here in this house. And I don't live with my parents right now, but I have, and these are the things that I did. You could light incense, but you also have to be careful when lighting incense if someone in your household has a scent allergy, like my mother does. They're too strong for her nasal senses, but her sense of smell is really, really sensitive to stuff like that. So I tried to only do it maybe once or twice a week at most, to not make her uncomfortable. Journaling. You could journal, no matter who you are. It's not unusual for people to keep journals. People keep journals, like they keep health journals, they keep beauty journals, they keep, daily habit journals or whatever. They just keep journals about their day and like with their emotions and their feelings to kind of record and look back on in future years. And it's not unusual for anyone to do that. Now, reading. Reading is something that I have found to be highly important in my path, and a lot of other pagans who I know or I have known of through the internet, through YouTube, through books, through podcasts, whatever. Reading is an important part of the path because it's a path of constant knowledge and growth. And how you gain the information is completely up to you. You know your scenario. Like, if you're not so out of the broom closet, but your parents know and they're okay with it, if you don't want to be so upfront in their face about it, you could always, watch YouTube videos or read internet articles or get ebooks if you have the funds to do so, and you have like a Kindle or an iPad or an iPhone or something with an app that allows you to access ebooks. And, you have the internet. Obviously, you're watching this video is going on YouTube, so you don't have an excuse not to find some way to read or learn about paganism if you're not really so out, or you don't want to be so in your face about your path with your parents and living in their home. But if you are out, good for you, and your parents don't really care, and you can actually read physical books, like say Earth Power by Scott Cunningham, You can read like the actual book themselves, not just the internet stuff. You can, just read books and not have to worry about being discreet about it. Another thing you can do, that this wasn't even on my list of stuff, but you can listen to podcasts. I personally listen to the one that's sponsored through Which School, and it's I think it's called Pagans Tonight, and there's a show for like every day of the week, or there's supposed to be a show scheduled for every day of the week. I don't listen to all of them. I listen to like Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Those are the ones that I really like. The one with Selena Fox, Nature Folk, All Acts of Love and Pleasure, which is basically like a LGBT sex and relationship podcast. So if you're under 18, you should probably be careful of listening to that. And then I listen to the Thursday show, which I'm not really sure what that one's called, but that's the one I like. But that's not, I don't know what it's called. I'm going to look it up real fast on my phone. Hold, please. It's called Raise Your Horns. I just had to look it up. But it could be, if you're listening to the one with the two guys, that's kind of, you need to be careful of the language, because if you have a sensitivity to that, that's going to come up on there. And I don't want you to be shocked, because it gets kind of, rude, and not rude, but lewd and vulgar at times. I'm okay with that because I have a sick and twisted sense of humor. But anyway, podcasts are great, and that could apply, if you're in or out of the broom closet too, because you can download it on your phone, listen to it with your, not necessarily in or out of the broom closet, but how in or out of the broom closet you are. You have to be out. They have to know. It has to be a thing you've discussed with your parents. But like I said, you can be less discreet in listening to it on speakers, or you can be more discreet in listening to it with earbuds as you're getting ready to go to sleep, or as you're studying, or doing homework, or playing video games, or whatever. I personally listen to it while I'm cleaning because it's a great way to learn and soak in some easy knowledge and be doing productive things at the same time. Okay, that is it, and I would like to thank you all for taking your time out of your busy schedules to watch this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to check out the description bar for the links to like my likable Facebook page, my Instagram, my Twitter, my Patreon. All of that sort of stuff will be in the description, and of course the links that I have spoken about I will link in the description, and I will also try to link the Pagans Tonight Radio Network, where that's what it's called, Pagans Tonight, in the description bar below, to learn more about those things, like the YouTubers, the ebooks that I can think of if I can find out how to do that link-wise, and the I might not be able to link to the actual like one I listen to, because I listen to it archived on my my phone through the podcast app for an iPhone. But I will try to link to the Blog Talk Radio page for Pagans Tonight in the description. Thank you. I've said enough. I've rambled enough. I will talk to you guys later. So until next time, bye.